After you finish with this video, if you don't see it my way, you are hopelessly lost and extremely delusional. Basically, they spell it out for you in a way that you couldn't possibly miss or think that it is a form of treachery. On the right, we have a lot of conservative Christians that like to play things off, but it is very clear what they're up to and why. Body figure it out. Shape backwards is E-paths. So you see here Hades and a character from Fist of the North Star, which is basically a comic book series, I believe, at one point. It became a video game series, and one of the people who's defeated it is a guy named Rhea, okay, with Ra-O. That's not a coincidence. Obviously, it is based on Hades and the devil, and it connects to martial arts definitively. So do angels. Angels are portrayed as thinner men or skinny women. This connects to Athena, who is compared to Minerva. Minerva is basically the Greek form of her. Has the word min in it. Min was the patron of chemists and chemistry. And this very much is what we see with the New Age agenda, with the current American agenda, really, where women are taking drugs and hormones and whatever they're doing to make themselves more athletic and more like men. And that very much was the kind of Greco-Roman agenda as well. When we look at which countries in the world look at homosexuality favorably and which don't, it is clear where the agenda is spreading from. I'm not saying that all white people are bad. I'm not saying that all women are bad. But certainly anyone who doesn't stand with me is outside of the divine order, and you should also put that together by the time you finish this video. When we look at Jack and Yoshimitsu, okay, these are characters that use technology, okay, to enhance their ability to fight. They are not even beating around the bush about this being the direction of martial arts. We have integrated martial sciences, gym equipment. There's technology in regards to drugs, and I've gone over this time and time again. The Nazis themselves, who called themselves Norse, Nordic, etc., you know, which connects them to the Vikings. And I'm not saying all people who are Scandinavian and Viking descent are bad. Okay, they were said to take meth. Meth can be seen as a play on words for meat as well. Also, in the game Fist of the North Star, it also connects these things definitively to the Vikings when you read the comic, and I have put some images on the screen to help you put that together. You know, Thor, Viking-looking images, okay? And the main character is said to have, you know, is just shown having black hair. Okay, so this connects the blonde hair and the black hair, kind of bigger white people. And some of the stronger people, you know, Southern Mediterranean people, Southern European people, and Northern European people. Okay, and these are some of the key players in Western religion as well. You know, Rome, Greece, Germany, England, etc. You know, France, you know, key players. Scotland, right, Highlander, and so on. I've connected Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Mortal, a play on words for mortal versus mortal. Who is really the mortals, right? And how did they get tall? Okay, are they tall and coordinated? DNA backwards is and. I don't mean to rub these things in, but I'm sure by now you can tell that a half black, half white person is the perfect person to say these things, especially because I came out in the light with my martial art challenge, while other martial artists move in the darkness, and their symbol is black and white, yin-yang, while my color is pure yellow. If anything, yellow, white, and blue, for the right eye of Horus being yellow, the left eye white, and then blue. These people think that pussy power can save them. And there's recently was an article in the news about a cheerleader saying that when she puts on her cheerleader outfit, she feels like she has superpowers. This has everything to do with psychology and what they're doing. Okay, also when we look at the N-word, right, it's a play on words for no gear. Roger Moore, okay, Raw Gear Moore, right, Sean Connery, Con-Airy, Airy being the place in Biafra, which is the heart of Africa. I've overkilled this point in the past. Why? The cult center of Airy in the Igbo tribe is referring to the same thing as Horus, son of Ra, the leopard, sub-Saharan Africa, Kwa people, Igbo backwards, Obi, obelisk, Obi-alask, obey, and so on and so forth. Observe, obverse the principal design. Obeisance, right? To bow, a show of reverence, a show of respect, and it is certainly has everything to do with martial arts, which comes from Africa. Who has martial arts and who doesn't? Going back to integrated martial sciences, the people who teach seminars and so on African martial arts are not really qualified to teach. These are scientists, these are boules, right? Bull, the bull, okay, the Baal, Baal, and so on and so forth, okay? These aren't really martial artists. Bruce Lee, the dragon, right? Satan, the Igbos slaying the dragon, the leopard slaying the dragon, the Igbo leopard society. I overkilled this in my videos. And so on and so forth, right? Why were they hanging black people? These were angry, kind of thick white Southerners hanging black people, and they did it under the guise of religion. They would call them spooks. They would dress up like the spirits of dead Confederate soldiers. When you put everything together, it is very clear-cut, okay, that my bloodline is the angelic bloodline, if you will, and only those who fall in line can truly be right with God. And to what degree, right? What role do they play in the divine order, the divine order? Lucifer, Satan, is the prince of darkness, you know, an angel of light. Why? Because the moon rays. This goes back to the Bible with Yah. The Bible is by Baal, by Baal, by Baal. Of course, the people who spread this thing, right, it's compatible with being in the KKK and so on and so forth. Why is it compatible with these things? Because it's by the bull, in order for the moonlight to shine. And I'm sure you can connect that the rest of the way, okay? And of course, I got over Superman drawing power from the sun and so on. Ra is the strength of the sun. There's a difference between a pagan deity and the strength of the sun, okay, which is the spirit of God. You know, these guys can be seen as a sort of natural martial arts scientists, where religion, science, and martial arts and warfare were all merged in one into various temples in Egypt. And Ra was the temple of God, and Horus was his only begotten son, Ba-got-in. Because of his martial art technique is what united the land, and there was a bunch of falcon tribes. Horus is the one that prevailed and became Har, where was the great one. Hair, war, Har-O-Aries, where is Horus? Har, where? Hor means face, where is the face of God? Through his son, the Pharaoh, the said to be good God, why Ra is said to be great God. It is in Egypt, ye shall be like gods. It's like saying ye shall be like pharaohs, the pharaohs who civilized the land and spread out their bloodlines and so on and so forth. The Hyksos were the foreign kings who were expelled from Egypt around the time that Greek history is said to have started. They rode chariots. The Greek and Roman deities are said to ride chariots. Zeus, Helios, Hera, and so on and so forth. Look it up. Okay, I've connected the craftsman Ptah, Hephaestus, Vulcan, and so on. Thank you. I almost forgot to explain the difference. Angels are not supposed to be women. They're not supposed to be hermaphrodites. This is a kind of LGBT Greek and Roman perspective. They're really men, male martial artists. This was a patriarchal culture. This is why Pharaoh's supposed to be a man. And this is, you know, where the heretics, you know, the heretics kind of came in, right? Cleopatra was a heretic, Nefertiti, and so on. And of course, you know, the Greeks were one of the people who installed one of these heretics, Cleopatra. Okay, and of course, this favors the Satanists who do not want to compete with people like me in sparring, right? Outside, spar it, spirit, parrot, right? Pair it versus repeat what they say and mimic and mock, okay? And so on, right? Sparring, spear, ring, the O, the reproductive cycle, the winged disc of Ra, the O, the sun cycle, okay? The son of God and the sun. The sun of righteousness in the Bible, and there's other references to the sun as well. Sunday, the sol invictus, I believe, in Roman culture, okay, which is their version of it. So again, the angels are male martial artists, followers of Har-O-Aries. Everything else is a show and an act, and that's why it is so disgraceful for me to be shunned. It's so disgraceful for me to be cheated, and basically the world is going to be sealed. Okay, it goes back to Nave-E seal, right? The whole culture is based on that, right? Zeus was basically a rapist. He had an ego messenger, right? Propaganda, okay? Rape, part of Western culture, said to be as many as 2,000 rapes a day in America. And I'm not saying all Americans are evil, but I'm saying that they are under the influence of evil, and they are outside of the divine order, but me. and it is sad. And we'll see how this ends, but it does not look good. And you know, from my view, you know, it looks like it will end. I will not be getting my rightful place. The people will continue to suffer, and you know, the proof is in the pudding. It's in your face. You know, do you really think that this half white, half black guy, you know, whose dad's a brain surgeon, is a liar, who hasn't been allowed any fame, who lives with his parents, right? Whose dad has been cheated out of millions of dollars. He sued Kaiser for $2 million and lost, right? Who are the cheaters? Who are the liars? Who are the settlers? Who are the colon, right? Colon cancer, colonists, right? Who are the LGBT people who do things in an unnatural way? God's plan in reverse, right? Think about sex and its various forms. You'll put it together. Who are these people? And who's the guy telling you the truth? Okay? You know, it's basically the Martin Luther King effect times 10, because I'm a martial artist showing a higher degree of manhood through true morality, true honor, true valor, true virtue, etc. Okay. So another way to look at it is when you look at Mars, Potentia is said to be one of his consorts, along with Vis and so on and so forth, or Nerine, the spider, right? And that is said to be power or force. Think about the police force. Use the force in Star Wars. Balance the force. Valor, virtue, right? Masculinity, right? Majesty, power and force. And let's not forget who accompanies him to war. Demos, terror. Okay? Enyo, destroying cities. And Ares, chaos and discord. If you haven't figured out why I'm right by now, watch this video again, take notes, and then watch it again and make sure you didn't miss any key notes. Thank you. Oh yeah, before I forget, my bad. Let's not forget that these pharmaceutical guys, pharmakeia, right? The video game industry, which is said to surpass the movie industry, I believe. The movie industry, okay? The mental health industry. These are the guys who see themselves as sorcerers. Pharmakeia, sorcery, right? Mickey Mouse, Fantasia. These people are batshit crazy. They define the culture and they promote which martial arts are going to be famous, right? Which martial arts are done as part of the culture. These are crazy weirdos that see themselves as sorcerers, that use technology and drugs to achieve the effect. And yes, it is not fair that I am shunned. What the fuck do you think? Well, do you think that someone like me should be shunned? In the most populated state? In one of the most populated countries in the world? I mean, come on. Yes, people are fucking batshit out of touch. Okay, take it from the guy who's more focused than anyone. People are out of touch. Think about orientation versus being disoriented. Knowing your place in the divine order. Your place in the universe. The different forms of intelligence. Intrapersonal, existential, and so on. Knowing your place, right? Who knows his place more than the guy who can outmaneuver people? Okay?